Welcome to the Connected Leaders Academy virtual conference designed to reshape your vision of transformation. As we navigate the evolving business landscape, our speakers will unveil innovative strategies to manage and initiate change. Prepare to adapt, innovate, and lead, ensuring your role in this transformative era.
Good afternoon, everyone. Such an honor to be here with you all today, and what a way to spend a Saturday, right? I am so excited because today we're talking about something bigger than just making money or hitting a financial goal, whatever that goal is for you. We're talking about mindset, not just any mindset, but growing your mindset. And when you grow your mindset, something incredible happens. You start building a kind of wealth that doesn't just sit in your bank account. It shows up in your life, in the way you move through the world, and in your future. And that's your confidence. Think about it. How often do you hear about wealth in just terms of numbers or dollars and assets? But what good all of that will make, right? If you don't have the mindset to manage it, to grow it, and most importantly, to enjoy it. What we are really after here is something deeper than just money. We're talking about the mindset that not only leads to financial gains, but transforms your life from the inside out. When you believe you can learn, that you can adapt, and you can improve, you create that kind of wealth that goes beyond financial security. It touches every part of your life. It's the type of wealth that fuels your confidence. It shapes your decisions. It shows up not just in your bank account, but in how you carry yourself, how you make choices, how to pursue your dreams. This is the abundance mindset, the one that spills over into every corner of your life, from your finances to your relationships and the way you move through your day. We all want that, right? We all want to live our best lives. We all have dreams. We all have goals. We all have that one thing that we're working toward that we want to achieve in life. But here's the question: what's stopping us? Think about it for a second. 9 times out of 10, the answer is not outside of us, but inside. And that's your mindset, our mindset. Those invisible barriers that we create in our minds that act like that mental jail keeping us trapped. That inner voice saying, I can't, or I'm not good enough, or I'll never get there. And the truth is, you can have all the talent in the world, you can have all the resources, all the connections, all the ideas, but if your mindset is stuck, guess what? You stay stuck too. That's why today I want to talk to you about how shifting your mindset can completely shift your life. And that shift will lead to one of the most powerful transformations you can make, shifting your financial future. And it all starts with what you have up here, how you think, how you see yourself, and how you believe in your ability to grow. First, let's break down what a growth mindset really means. And it's simple. It is the belief that your abilities and your skills and intelligence can be developed through effort, through learning and persistence. Instead of seeing challenges as roadblocks, you view them as opportunities to grow and improve. And a growth mindset will say, I'm not limited by where I am. I can always grow and learn and get better. And the flip side, a fixed mindset is the voice in your head that says, this is who I am and I never going to change. That's a fixed mindset talking, believing that your abilities and talents are static and unchangeable, trying to avoid challenges and giving up easily. Now let's get real. How many of us have told ourselves stories like, I'm not good enough, or I'm not good with money, or I can never save? That's a fixed mindset. It's like putting yourself in a mental box and throwing away the key. Simple as that. But a growth mindset, it opens the box and it lets you look at those money problems, those challenges, and say, okay, wait a minute. It might be tough, but I can learn and I can get better and I can figure it out for sure. And that shift right there, believing that you can learn, opens the door to new possibilities, especially when it comes to wealth. Let me share a quick story, personal story with you. There was a time in my life when I didn't think wealth building was for me. As much as I have been involved with money management and budgeting and all of that stuff, there was a period in my life that I felt stuck in a cycle. Financial stress, always trying to catch up, perhaps not in the red per se, but feeling stuck. And almost every time something went wrong, I was like, oh my God, here we go again. This is just the way it is. I'm never going to get ahead. But I realized that my mind, my way of thinking and how I was approaching these situations and these challenges already with a mindset of defeat is what was keeping me trapped. And I had to shift from thinking I can't to I'm going to figure this out. I had to believe that just like anything else, whether it's learning a new skill or picking up a hobby, wealth building is something you can grow into. It's not magic, it's a skill. And if you approach it with a growth mindset, it becomes doable. Now let's dig deeper into how your mindset impacts your financial journey. And when you have a growth mindset, you see money as something you can master, not something to fear, right? You stop seeing financial struggles as permanent and you start seeing them as challenges you can overcome. And a fixed mindset will think you'll never have enough money or that things are too complicated to even try. You even try it. But a growth mindset will think that taking small steps can get you closer to your goal and and then you will start brainstorming instead, right? Of giving up and thinking about what steps you can take to move forward. Do you see the difference right there? The shift in thinking changes everything. It's also about perspective. You stop waiting for things to change. You start making those changes to have those changes, and you are the one who make it happen. And that's when your financial life starts to transform. Whatever goal you want to accomplish for that matter, you make it happen, right? Abundance doesn't just mean having a lot of money. It's about believing there's enough opportunity, enough success, enough money out there for you too. That's the mindset of abundance right there. Too often we get stuck in a scarcity mindset. We think there's not enough money for me, or like you start thinking, well, if someone else is doing well, that means I'm losing out. No, instead of thinking that, shift your mind and think that there's room for all of us to win. When you believe in abundance, you stop operating out of fear or desperation, and you start making choices that align with your long-term wealth building goals. And remember, we all don't have the same gifts or timeline, but we do have the power to shift our mindset because we are the ones responsible for our mindset and future. And I will say that again so you can marinate and register, and so that you can really digest that. We all don't have the same gift or timeline, but we do have the power to shift our mindset because we are the ones responsible for our mindset and future. And I'm not here to tell you that having the right mindset makes everything easy. It doesn't. Let's be real, because there are setbacks. Setbacks are going to happen. That's just part of life, part of growing, part of success, and definitely part of the journey to financial freedom. The road isn't always smooth. You might have to plan, you may have planned to save or invest and make the next money move, and then life throws you a curveball, right? How many times that happened? A bill you didn't see coming, an emergency that drains your savings, or a financial mistake that you made yourself. And let me tell you, that's the moment where your mindset gets put to the test. But here's the thing: with a growth mindset, a setback doesn't mean stop. It means that you pause, that you regroup, and then you USA. From my Bad Boys movie fans out there, you know what I'm talking about, right? You take a breath, you calm your mind, and you get ready for to push through, right? You pause, you regroup, and you try it again. Instead of saying, what does this always happen to me? You flip the script. You ask then instead, what can I learn from this? What can I do different, right? What do you need to adjust? Even if it means that it's going to take you a little longer than you thought and expected. because it's about progress, not perfection. The reality is successful people don't have fewer setbacks than anyone else. They face challenges, they face unexpected events, they face go through failures. The difference is they don't let those setbacks define them or stop them in their tracks. They get back up, they keep moving forward, and they use those setbacks as stepping stones to grow. And that is what it means to have a growth mindset. That's how you shift you from being stuck to being in motion. It's how you build your wealth, not just financially, but your confidence and your resilience. So when the next challenge comes your way, you are ready. You regroup, you get back up, you plan, you tackle, and you come out stronger on the other side, right? So how do we actually build this growth mindset that's going to help us grow our wealth? So I'm going to give you 5 steps you can start right away. And I encourage you to really consider these and start with at least one. And that is number 1, challenge your beliefs. We all carry beliefs about money, many of which they're not even ours. They might come from how we grew up or people around us or even society in general. And so have you ever catch yourself thinking, I'm just not good enough. I'm not good with money. I'll never be debt free. People like me don't get wealthy. Well, people like what? Like who? Like who? That's what I'm talking about right there. Those limiting beliefs that keep us stuck. But here's the thing. You can challenge them. You can challenge those beliefs. Whenever a thought like that pops up, stop and ask yourself, is this really true? Is this belief helping me or is it holding me back? If it's holding you back, you have to decide that it's not true anymore right then and then. You get to decide if you are going to entertain that thought and for how long you're going to entertain it. Your decision. Those kind of thoughts are like mental brick walls that keep us stuck in that mindset. But what if you flip it and started thinking that you may not be out of debt yet, but instead you start thinking about the steps you can take to get there. That small shift in thinking opens up possibilities. Suddenly you are not trapped by that belief anymore, and you start thinking about solutions instead of staying in the problem, entertaining the problem, making the problem bigger than what actually is. Because a growth mindset in action is not ignoring the problem. It's believing that you can grow beyond it. Number 2, focus on learning, not perfection. One of the biggest traps we fall into is thinking we need to have it all figured out before we even start. Wealth building is a process. Like anything else you ever try to build, it's a process and it takes time, so is wealth. So no one starts knowing it all, knowing everything. So commit to learning, whether it's reading a book or watching a video, watching videos or talking to someone who's been there, right? It's all about progress, not perfection. The key is to start where you are with what you know and commit to learning along the way. Think of it like riding a bike. You didn't wait to understand the whole aspect of balance and physics before you got on the bike, right? You wobbled, maybe you fell a few times, you got a few scratches on your knees, but you learned through doing it. With money, it's the same thing. You start by learning one thing at a time. Maybe you start by learning how to create a simple budget or how you look into what compound interest is. The more you learn, the more confident you get, and the better you become at managing your finances. Every bit of knowledge you pick along the way builds your confidence, and before you know it, you are making smarter decisions with your money. Number 3, take small, consistent actions. Big financial goals can feel overwhelming, but if you break them down into small daily actions, it adds up over time. Building wealth is not about making huge dramatic moves all at once. It's about making small, consistent decisions. Think of it like planting a seed. You don't plant a seed today and expect a full-grown tree tomorrow. You water it, You give it sunlight, and over time it grows, right? The same go with financial goals. If you want to save more, you start with a small realistic goals. Maybe that means putting aside $5 a week, $10 a week. It might not seem like much, but over time, that $5, that $10 become a habit, and that habit builds momentum. And soon you are saving $50, then 100, and it all started with those small consistent actions. It's not about perfection again or big leaps. It's about building sustainable habits. Number four, embrace setbacks as part of the process. Here's the truth. Setbacks are going to happen. It is just part of it. You'll have unexpected expenses, maybe a bad financial decision here or there. It's easy to feel defeated when that happens. I get it. But the difference between staying stuck or moving forward is how you handle those setbacks. A growth mindset doesn't see failure as the end, it sees it as a lesson. And when you hit a financial bump in the road, don't throw your hands up and quit. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Maybe you overspend this month. Okay, fine. Why did that happen? What can you do different next month? Setbacks aren't proof that you can't succeed. They're just part of the journey. Every setback is a crossroad. You can let it define you as a failure or use it as a fuel to grow. You can let it break you, or you can rise and adapt and push through. You can stay stuck, or you can take the next step forward. It's your choice, your decision. So what is it going to be? Instead of giving up, you look at it as part of the learning process. Number five, surround yourself with growth-minded community. The people around you have a huge impact on your mindset, whether you realize it or not. If you are surrounded by people who constantly complain about money, believe they'll never get ahead, or see wealth as something out of reach, that mindset can start to rub off on you, and it will sooner or later. When you surround yourself with people who believe in growth, who are open to learning, and who are actively working toward their goals, it pushes you to do the same. You don't have to go through this journey alone. Whether it's finding a mentor, joining a financial group, or just connecting with like-minded, growth-minded people, having that support makes all the difference. And trust me, I know, because I have my groups, I have my coaches, I have my support system, personal and professional, because you will need them. Trust me, you will. And that's the power of community. It lifts you up, it encourages you to keep going, and it reminds you that you're not alone. Here's the thing, a growth mindset doesn't just help your bank account. When you grow in one area of your life, it ripples out into every other part. You become more confident, more resilient, and more open to possibilities. You start to see that your potential isn't limited to what you've always known. When you grow your mindset, you start to realize that you are your greatest asset. Let me say that again. You start to realize that you are your greatest asset. And when you invest in yourself, that's when your real wealth building starts. Not just in dollars, but in the quality of your life. Now I'm going to leave you with 3 takeaways. Number 1, the first takeaway is perhaps the most important, and it's this: your mindset is the foundation of everything. The way you think about money, success, and yourself directly influences your financial reality. If you walk around with the belief that you are always going to struggle financially, that's a reality you will continue to create. But when you believe that you can grow, learn, and improve, your financial situation will start to reflect that belief. A growth mindset changes the way you approach challenges. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, you see them as opportunities to learn and adapt. So imagine shifting from "I'll never be good enough" or have enough money to "I'm learning to master my finances." That shift opens the door to progress. Your mindset doesn't just shape how you think, it shapes what you do. And what you do every day is what ultimately changes your financial reality. So start paying attention to your thoughts. Catch yourself when you're thinking limiting beliefs. The more you reinforce a positive, growth-oriented mindset, the more your actions will align with your financial success. The next key takeaway is small, consistent steps lead to big changes. Small, consistent steps lead to big changes. Don't underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. We've all been there, facing a massive financial goal that feels overwhelming. Maybe you're trying to pay off a debt, save for a house, or just break free from living paycheck to paycheck. The thought of tackling all at once can feel paralyzing. But here's the truth. You don't need to make huge, dramatic moves right away. What matters is that you start small, but staying consistent. Think of it like planting seeds. You might not see growth immediately, but with patience and care, those seeds sprout into something significant. The same goes for your finances. Saving $10 a week might not feel like much, but over time, it adds up, right? Consistency builds momentum, and momentum leads to progress. The third and last takeaway is about embracing abundance. Abundance is your bright right. It's not just reserved for the lucky ones. It's for all of us. There's enough success, wealth, and opportunity out there for all of us. But unfortunately, so many of us operate from a place of scarcity, thinking there's not enough to go around for all of us. We see someone else succeed and we feel like we're being left behind. But when you believe in abundance, you stop operating out of fear and start making decisions that align with your growth. And you understand that there's more than enough success, wealth, and opportunity for everyone, including you. As I wrap up, a growth mindset isn't just something you use to build your wealth. It's something that changes how you see every part of your life. When you start believing in your ability to grow, learn, and improve, you realize that there are no limits to what you can achieve. Now, building wealth isn't about where you start. It's about the steps that you take to get there, where you want to go. What matters is that you start. Success is built through consistent action, through small decisions, and through a mindset that focuses on growth. And let's be real, sometimes that journey is going to be hard. You'll face setbacks, challenges, and maybe even some failures along the way, because that's just life. But start small. Start somewhere. But the most important thing is that you start believing in yourself, because once you do that, everything else will follow. With a growth mindset, you understand that every obstacle is just a stepping stone toward success, towards your future. Each misstep is a chance to learn, to improve, and come back stronger. The way you respond to those challenges will determine how far you go. Ladies and gents, my name is Yara Ortiz, international best-selling author and award-winning speaker and author, financial consultant, owner, and CEO of BCS. And I thank you so much for your time today. So let's go out there and grow our mindsets.
Thank you for participating in today's enlightening session. As we transition to our next expert, remember that each strategy and insight is a step toward becoming a transformative leader in your field. Visit connectedleadersacademy.com to stay engaged and informed. The journey of change is ongoing. Let's move forward together.